Hello from the city of London. Welcome to the Serotonin podcast. Welcome everyone to the podcast where we inspire you to action 3Gs to grow, glow, and go after pursuing your passions and spread serotonin along the way. I'm Seema Smadi, your host, and I have two wonderful ladies with me as my guests today. Introduce yourselves.
You go first.
Thank you, Mayomikun. Seema, first of all, it's an absolute pleasure to be here today. I am Mads. I'm a creative cloud specialist at Intern. Sorry, I'm already messing up. Previously, before Adobe, I'm a design student at the University of Leeds. So, yeah.
My turn now. Thanks for having us. Very excited.
You may recognize she's back.
Now. I made sure to do my nails for this as well because you can see me. Anyway, I'm Mayomikun. I don't know where to look.
Should we look here?
By
the way, guys, for context, we are recording on an actual... Actually, should we look there? I mean, we should probably decide.
I've been looking at this one so far.
Okay,
that's
continuing at this one. And then this one can be for like extras.
Backup.
Yeah, exactly.
If need be. Okay, go on.
Customer success intern at Adobe. I don't know if you guys realize, but it's our 1 year anniversary today.
Happy 1 year anniversary!
Happy Adobe anniversary, ladies.
Our internship. I thought ultimate success.
No.
Oh,
one year.
But didn't we start on the 2nd of July?
It was Wellbeing Day the 1st of July.
Oh shoot! Oh, because I wasn't here. I thought it was the 1st.
And today we welcome the new interns too.
Yes. Hello, new interns. Welcome. I haven't seen any of you, but were they in the office?
I've seen the interns.
I was looking for them. I didn't find them.
Yeah, they were located downstairs, floor 7, very strategically placed away.
Yeah. Were they getting their intro?
Yes, because there's a sales academy for the sales interns.
Yeah. No way.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's an introduction.
That's great. Well, before we get a bit into an intern's advice, because that's what we're here to talk about today, tell us a little bit about yourselves, guys. Beyond your role, who are you?
Key question. Who am I? Mayomikun, please take the reins. Who are you?
I am child of God. I am Nigerian. I love social impact. What else? I love chocolate digestives, but I've had to stop taking them. So it's actually also 1 year of not eating chocolate digestives.
What?
Because I remember I was in South Africa, so that was when I stopped eating digestives and I started my internship. So,
wow.
They're really nice, but they break me out, and I unfortunately found that out last year. So it's been 1 year without my digestives.
Good on you. Discipline.
Thanks, girl. What else? Yeah, I think I'm a PPE student, if that is anything interesting. No!
I thought that might happen.
Oh no. Snooze.
There you go.
Oh no.
Do you want me to
Do you want to join again?
join again, yeah?
Thanks, man. I really thought we outsmarted the system.
There we go, we're recording. I think if I leave my laptop, it'll be fine.
Yeah, hopefully.
This will be when you can't even hear any of the sound that's happening.
LOL.
LOL. Jokes on it. Oh, sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry team.
We're back.
We are back.
I think that's it. I think I was done talking about digestives.
Thanks for sharing. Lads, go for it.
So a bit about me. I'm Mads, born and raised in Kent. Favourite place, apart from Leeds actually. I go to uni in Leeds. It's the best city ever.
You're going there tomorrow, aren't you?
I am going there tomorrow
So
for work,
fun.
which is super exciting, with some of the best teammates ever. Outside of my role at Adobe, I don't know what to say.
Anything that you want to share?
What do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I like to spend a lot of time with my close friends. I'm a massive foodie. This sounds very lame. I don't know what to say.
Why are you saying that? That's not lame. That's cool.
Food is really important.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
I feel like there's gonna be more to talk about later.
Period.
My favourite food is ramen.
Yes,
Ooh.
good choice.
There you go.
Nice.
Right now I'm currently stumped. But what else to say? Sorry everyone.
Well, don't worry. This is all about this is just a chill conversation. I was telling you before we start, and us three met through the internship at Adobe. And guys, what were your first impressions of each other? Of us?
Oh my gosh.
we're all at the first onboarding. I sat next to you in the
Intern Summit.
not intern summit.
The onboarding day, like the pre-onboarding.
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember
I was
that
so
too.
nervous.
I remember you
I
specifically
remember you were
talking
on
about.
holiday.
She was on holiday in the
Mayomikun.
beginning of the internship, but
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
there.
yeah.
In
But you
the
still had such an impression because everyone was talking, oh, who's this Mayomikun girl? And
It was-
Sonaldo was like, she's joining in a few weeks. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
That's crazy. And
Yeah.
here I was like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna like me. I'm not gonna have any friends.
No,
Crazy.
not at all.
You left a mark. But yeah, we met in the pre-boarding day, and then
Mhm.
it's been nearly a year. It's been over a year since we met because we met in the
May.
pre-boarding day was a while back now.
Yeah, it was like 21st of
Mhm.
May. It was the day before my final essay submission, and I remember
What?
because
Really?
when I came to Adobe, I had written 0 words, and the next day I submitted.
You're
submitted.
Really?
I think I had something super similar. I had an assignment due the day before the intern onboarding.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
my
no,
gosh.
the intern pre-onboarding
Yeah.
in May. So that Monday I was absolutely exhausted because I
Oh my
had
gosh.
stayed up late because, you know, uni
I was
days.
done uni
Uni
by
days.
then. Wow.
I
To be fair, I didn't have exams, but
Yeah, I remember you were like, "Oh, I'm going to Dubai," and I'm like, "I haven't even done my exams yet."
oh my gosh.
But it's fine. We're back.
Well, we are back a year later. How have you guys found the internship?
It's been amazing.
Mm,
It's been
that's the word.
a journey. Learned so much, not just from the positives, but also not that there's been negatives, but it's like you've learned, I feel like I have personally learned from so many different elements.
Mm.
Mm.
And it's not just the technical stuff like, oh, I've learned how to use Salesforce, like that's great, but you also learn so much about people, working with people.
Yeah.
What would you say, Mayomikun?
Yeah, amazing is the word for it. And I
Mhm.
think what you said about like there being loads of positives and you wouldn't class them as negatives, they're just like learning
That's it.
opportunities. So even though I was talking to someone about this today, like even though I'm uncomfortable in the moment, I know now what to do so that I'm not uncomfortable with that particular thing again. And like it's the same thing's still gonna happen 10 years time, 20 years time, like there are gonna be things that make me uncomfortable, but you know, you learn how to navigate that
Yeah.
in this experience, which is
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah, it's been a one-of-a-kind experience, and
For
to your
sure.
guys' point, I feel like it's not only changed us professionally, but also personally. Like, I don't know about you, but I feel like I know myself so much more now.
Yeah.
Like the way you work, the way you undergo or undertake certain types of situations, dealing with certain people and personalities. So it's been a transformative experience, and because we've learned a lot, we want to help future interns, and not even interns, just honestly anyone entering like a new environment, who needs a perspective from us. We're going to share our insights, and to do that, we've asked you, our audience, to share some questions you have. So I think we'll start with those.
Yeah.
And then we can from that will be like a branch. If anyone wants to give additional points, we can do
Sure.
that.
What
But-
I just realized is that our legs are all crossed.
Oh my God.
We look like we're about to host
We
like
need some
CNN
psychology
morning.
to analyze what this means.
They're all best friends forever. That's what it means.
That's
All
true.
mad.
It's giving Powerpuff
Sorry,
Girls.
just change it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question that we have is, did you ever have major imposter syndrome and were just super confused with what's going on? How did you work through that?
Yes to super confused. I remember I
Elaborate.
was talking to Sam,
Mm.
and and Sam and I had like monthly conversations. So he was asking me how I was doing, and he was like, "When was the last time you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone?" And I said, "Sam, every day that I wake up, flip my duvet, and take my bonnet off, I'm already like miles out of my comfort zone. Like comfort zone, the sign is gone." And so yes to being super
Literally
confused.
out of comfort zone.
You know, exactly. Like, yeah, I was so confused, but the way my manager described it is like, for a while you don't know what was going on, and then one day you have like idea of one thing that's going on, and from then on you just build on that. Like you learn more things, or you meet new people, or you like explore a niche that you find you're really passionate about, and that's something that you can own. Like there's always going to be something that gives you confidence. So what I told my intern today is just like join as many calls as you can, expose yourself to as much as you can, listen, and one day you're going to hear something over and over and over again, and it's just going to click, and let that one thing be like the stimulus or the impulse for the confidence that you build. But not knowing everything doesn't have to be a limitation on your confidence. It's just the fact that you don't have knowledge in that particular area yet, and that's not a fault of yours. You're in a new environment, but it is just something that you need to work on. So that's my take on being confused. Imposter syndrome, we can, yeah.
What do you think about the concept of imposter syndrome? Because I remember there was a women's panel in Women's History Month, and Jen was talking about how she doesn't know how she feels about like imposter syndrome, and like, is it really a thing? What do you think about that, Max?
I think that imposter syndrome is definitely a thing that people experience. I think that it depends on how you personally overcome the challenge of feeling like, as an intern, I think automatically you're already going to think, oh, am I doing X, Y, Z correctly? Am I doing this to this like certain extent that I should be? Am I putting enough effort in, etc., etc.? I think that just comes with being an intern, in my humble opinion, just because you're not only going to be the youngest person in the environment that you're working in, and it's completely new. Like for all of us, this is our first corporate job. That's undoubtedly going to bring worries, right? I would say just as long as you're sticking to your guns and like be yourself, ask for help when you need to have help. Like it's better to ask questions than to just sit there worrying, right? And biggest piece of advice would be just shadow as much as you can. Work with your teams as much as you can. And I think, like when I think back to when I first started, the meetings that I was in was low-key a foreign language. Obviously, I'm not going to admit that to anyone, but at the time I was like, oh my gosh, like true.
What's going on? Especially, I think also because we work in tech, there's a lot of like
there's so many coming from a design background. I was like,
like,
what is going on?
Everything.
And like you just have to sit and learn, and then the next few weeks it just all becomes quite natural. So that's my thoughts on imposter syndrome.
And I think about being yourself and like learning from people, I think something to any future interns or incoming people entering new roles, it's okay to not know that, because I thought that when you're hired for a role, you're hired expected to know how to do everything. And I felt like the need to put on this perception that, oh, like I know what I'm doing, like don't worry, like I'm good, you know. And usually I'm in uni, like I will be the girl at the front of the lecture hall asking so many questions, but here I was scared to ask questions because I was like, what if they think I'm not capable, or like what if they think I'm not qualified? But it's not about that, it's about like the willingness to learn, the attitude that you have, and actually you learn so much by asking questions. Obviously it's like the way you ask questions at the right time, and like the way that you ask it, think about that, but don't be afraid to ask questions is something I would say, and don't be afraid to like be vulnerable and admit that you don't know how to do something. Like for sure, it can lead you to someone who will help you and how to do it. But that's, I think we got a good discussion on that one. Ooh, this one is a fun one. How to network in the office.
Ooh, lots of good ways to network in the office. I would say a lot of people might think this is not controversial, but just come into the office as much as you can. I think all of us three do go into the office quite a lot, right? And I think if you're going to the office regularly on a regular basis, it does help because you're going to see people all the time, and people will start recognise your face.
Even if they don't know your name.
It's good for your visibility, which is what people like to say here, which honestly does pay off, because then people see, oh, I've seen this person quite a lot, surely they're a trustworthy person, you know, it's all part of the personal brand. I know that's only a small thing. Also just chatting to people, get a coffee, chat to people when you're in the coffee area. All the small things help, I think. Just be friendly. And don't treat it like it's networking. It's like it's just another person, not just another person, but another person. We're all the same.
Just talk to people. Like it can be intimidating, but starting a conversation, it's even fun. You don't have to think of it as for the purpose of networking. But if you see someone, like be like, hey, how's your day going? You know? Any thoughts, Mayomikun?
I think so. This was something I used to get into my head about a lot when I first joined, because of course you guys are the same. Like you want to make the most of the time. You want to speak to as many people as possible. But learning the best way to break the ice was where I was like, how do I? Because I don't, like, I'm not like you. I don't walk up to people and like comfortably ask them how they're doing, and that's such a strength of yours. But for me, it's like, I don't want them to think like, who's this weird girl who's asking me how my day is doing.
No
like,
one would
do
think
I
that.
not look? I hope not.
No
but
one
if
would
they
think
do,
that.
then sucks to them.
Yeah.
But one thing that I have stood by since Freshers Week of uni is if I'm going to speak to someone new, go to them with like a compliment. And that, like, I think all of my friends in uni, if I didn't meet them by like falling over and they were the first one to like help me get back up, it was literally complimenting their outfit. And so that's been a way that I've met a lot of people through Adobe, or like complimenting their perfume or something like that. Like obviously from a genuine place, because I'm not good at lying. So if I tell you something and my eyes aren't smiling, it means it's not true.
I'll bet
But that's been a way to like break the ice in person. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else. Always be willing to introduce yourself. Because when I first started, there are a lot of conversations or a lot of interactions that end at thank you, bye. But if they don't know what your name is, if they don't know what team you're in, then at the end of the day, you're just a face. Not just a face, but like you're a face to them that has complimented something about them. You don't know when next you're going to see that person. And also, it gives you an idea of who you're speaking to, if it's somebody that you want to follow up with in a professional capacity as well as a personal one. So just to give an example, I used to find it uncomfortable before, but there was a day that somebody with an American accent in the kitchen came around and he was like, do you know how I can make a coffee? And I did not know how to.
It's always the Americans.
Yeah. And we just showed him the iPad, tap, tap, tap. The person I was with had left. And I stayed and I was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm an intern, I'm also figuring things out. What's your name? And he told me his name, super like casual. His name is Steve, like he leads this part of the organization. Then I read him up later and he's like a VP that's leading like everything that we're doing. And if I had never known that like contact, that knowing that person would never have been a thing. It would have just been two ships sailing in the night. And so as an intern, being able to introduce yourself makes you memorable. Thank you, English. Memorable, and it also means that the door is open for further communication, as opposed to having to start from ground zero the next time you interact with the person.
And no, I appreciate the thing about like, yeah, it's not easy to just approach people, and I definitely struggle with it too. But I think it's like a muscle. The more you do it, the more it becomes, the more it feels normal, and the more feasible it becomes. But something else I would say is there's a lot of power in following up, because again, like I've met lots of people and not followed up with them, but then those who I have followed up with, for example, like on LinkedIn, you become more top of mind to them if you're like present, right? And there was someone I met in the kitchen, and then you guys know Dawn, right? Dawn,
yes.
Partner, yeah, Dylan and Dylan's team. I met her in the kitchen. I complimented her blouse, and then I followed up. We had a conversation about like who we are. I mentioned Dubai. She mentioned that she works, like she travels to Dubai for work, and I was like, oh, if you ever need anything, like let me know. So I pinged her after, like, you know, hey, lovely to meet you. And then because like I didn't even see her that much in the office, but because she saw me through LinkedIn, she eventually like looped me into an event happening.
The one last Friday.
Yeah,
Nice.
The one last Friday. And she was like, oh, Seema, like you know, I love your social media presence. Do you want to be part of this? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
So a little interaction can lead to a whole opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
And it's so powerful. And another thing, I had a point I wanted to mention, but I can't really remember it now. But
do you know when you thought of it?
I just remembered it.
Good.
Thank you. If you're in an office where it's a hot desk situation, and maybe like, for example, my team doesn't come in every day. I come into the office every day. So when my team is not here, I sit in different places, and through that I can meet new people. Like again, like the idea of you start with a compliment. I start with like, oh, you know, I just arrived at my desk. I don't really know this person next to me. it's a good opportunity to say hello. Like, you know, we're sitting next to each other for the day.
Yeah.
So I'll try and move around the office sometimes. Like sometimes, you know, especially in the beginning of the year, I'd come sit in your area in DME. And just introduce myself to the person next to me. Yeah. And sometimes I'd be nervous to do that because I don't want to disturb them if they're like in the zone, locked in on their work. So I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go get a drink and ask them if they want a drink.
Yeah.
So cool. I'm like, that's okay, hey, like, sorry to bother. I'm gonna get a drink. Do you want anything? And then they'll be like, oh, thank you. No. I'm like, what's your name? And then even if it's just a slight interaction, at least then we've established that, right? That connection. So I guess that's what I would say. Any other thoughts for office networking?
That's the one piece of advice. Just sit around the office, different places.
Yeah.
Just don't be afraid. Easy to say.
Yeah. And another one, I guess, which we all do, is network with your fellow interns.
Yeah.
Like, spend time with them. It's so fun. You can build long-lasting friendships. Try and do what you can. Like, speak to your talent team, organize events, because it helps build. Like, when you have a more personal relationship with someone, I feel like you get to work better together when it comes to work.
Yeah.
Also, it's so important to have a network of people, not necessarily network, but people that can support you, that kind of has an understanding of how the business works, right?
For sure.
Because there will be times that you kind of want to talk about something in higher detail that you can't really talk to about in your team. The other interns, great to do that with, right?
Yeah, and same position, like, we got each other.
There was one point that I wanted to make, which was to leverage friends of friends and like connections of connections. So there are a lot of people that I've met that maybe they're sitting next to a member of my team and I'm talking to a member of my team, and then I like get the introduction that way. So kind of like the hot desking that you do.
Yeah.
I usually sit with my team because that's kind of what we do. So if somebody new is sitting near us, then that's how I'll meet new people. Or if like you go out to lunch with your teammates. That's a great way to meet new people. If I'm going out to lunch and they meet someone and invite them along, like meet them that way. So that's how I know like Liam and everybody in your team, because you've invited me out to lunch with them before. Or like you just meet friends of friends and let them do the introduction, and it'll already be warm because they're associating you with somebody that hopefully they already like.
Yeah, I think that's something both of you are good at. Whenever I'm with you, like if I'm around you and your team, you'll be like, oh, like this is Seema, or you know what I mean, like and I think it's also a very, very nice mannerism to have, like if there's someone, if you're standing in a circle and two people don't know each other, but you'll be like, oh, like have you met Mayomikun, for example, like just introduce people to each other, and then you know they can become friends or colleagues, you know what I mean? It's a good way to break the ice too.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, not intern related, but what are tips for landing an internship at Adobe? Can you share your personal recruiting journeys? Ooh.
I remember seeing that question and I was like, do they want to know that I applied to this job at 11 o'clock at night? Or is it...
She does, you do everything at 11 o'clock. It's always 11 on the dot.
Like the meeting invite.
That's your number.
11:30.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Mayomikun, get some sleep, queen.
It's because, and Denisa has the same thing where like, right before I'm about to sleep, like I'm doing my skincare, my retainers are in, and then I'll remember, oh, I needed to do something, and I can't, if I sleep, it's gone. Like, finish. There's nothing, it's never coming back, so I have to do it at the time.
I just love how it's always 11, not 10:30 or 12 or like 9. No, it's 11 exactly.
11 is when I'm either like about to go to bed or I'm like in my room ready to turn off the lights, and then I will not be able to sleep until I need to finish. But yeah, sorry about the late night invites, guys.
Don't apologise.
I don't mind. My sleep schedule is horrible, so I'm not any better.
You're not disturbing me.
Yeah. You were saying?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what this person really wanted to know, but I guess the main thing that I took away from reading like reviews on Rate My Placement, or like speaking to people, I didn't speak to anyone actually before I got the offer from Adobe, was to actually be yourself. And so Adobe was like, it's such a special application for me because nothing about it was planned. So like I applied to the role because I was like, oh, what is this customer success and will I be working on PDFs? Will I be like coding? What? So I was literally just nosy. Like I wanted to see what people at Adobe did, and then it wasn't one that I had really set my heart on. It was just let's try and see how it goes. And then I read the reviews. Everyone said be yourself. So I was like, let me just try this be yourself.
Yeah, just that is the Adobe trademark. Just be yourself.
Let me just try this be yourself thing and see if it works, because everybody says it, but it's so like, which self do you want me to be? And so yeah, apparently it worked because my badge is on the table.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the main thing. Be yourself. Research the company, and I guess it still comes back to being yourself, because if you're able to relate something about Adobe that you love to something about you that you love, then there's you can't fake that. Like the fact that I love social impact and like social responsibility, I can't fake that. And the fact that Adobe is doing the same thing and I can bring the two together, it comes across to the people who are interviewing you. If you're doing application questions, it will come across. So that's my main borrowed advice, because it's not new.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Go for it, Lance.
Thank you. I'm just thinking my process of securing the placement. I think my first I was really keen on getting a placement. I was applying, I wouldn't say left, right and centre, because I was applying quite specifically to roles that I thought I would enjoy. And then I actually was at a careers fair at my uni.
Oh, cool.
And there was an Adobe stand there. I still to this day do not know who the people were that were at that stand, and I really wanted to find out.
Oh, really?
So there might have been, I don't know, maybe vendor workers. But anyway, I had a nice little conversation with those people. And I am a bit of an Adobe fan. I always have been.
That's the first thing you told me, I remember.
Yeah, so back in the day, I didn't want to spend money on Photoshop. Please don't tell Shantanu this. But I found a way to download Photoshop, and I had it on an iPad to start with. So Photoshop for me was Adobe to me was Photoshop, Illustrator, all of the cool design stuff. That was just it. It was the tool, and I just thought, oh, it's such a cool company. So I just immediately thought, oh, I should definitely apply for one of these roles. Had a little look around, and I was like, the role Creative Cloud Specialist. I think first of all, I applied for a sales role, generally sales role, and then after the interview process, they were like, because you know the products, this would probably be best suited.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really cool.
But after I did the careers fair, like had a little conversation, I did some research. There was actually an insight day, which were you at the insight day?
No, but I know like Dia went to it. She
Yeah,
was
like patch.
Yeah.
I had no idea about it.
No. So after that, I met with someone called Jeremy, who is no longer at Adobe, but he was fantastic, and he was so keen, because I was really worried that I'd be applying for an internship where I have no kind of technical knowledge of the job in terms of kind of the admin side. But really, sales roles as an internship, you just need to have people skills. Not just, but like that's one of the key things. You need to be able to communicate with people, right? And you're going to learn all of it on the job. But after that insight day, I had a bit of like, not a confidence boost, but I felt a bit more like, oh yeah, okay, I feel like I can try and apply for this job. And I put my heart and soul, I know that's really cringe, but I did, into my application.
Why is that cringe? I did that for my application.
Because I was so convinced, like, Adobe, massive name. And then I heard back, and I was like, whoa, crazy. And then after that, it was all the online interviews.
Oh yeah.
Which was fun.
I got
Quite
auto
experienced.
rejected because it sent me 2
From Adobe?
interviews. So I did my first interview, went through. Second interview, it was like, oh, you've already done an interview, so just click submit, and it will go
2 interviews.
through. So they sent me a duplicate of like the same interview. So one morning I woke up and I saw an auto reject email like, thank you for applying. I went to go make breakfast. By the time I got back, I got the real like, oh, you've been invited to an interview.
Oh.
So I was like, I don't know if they want me or not, but I'll show up to the interview. Yeah.
Lol.
Crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. But yeah, I think everyone's interview experience was different, right?
Yeah.
Did you find the interview scary?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a funny experience.
Really?
Is this where you were squatting it?
Basically, my interview was at a very chaotic time of my life. So when I have deadlines at uni, I go like all in. Like my world is revolving around these. Okay, no, I have a balanced life, all that stuff. But like when it's time for a deadline, I do need to lock in. So I had 3 deadlines on the same day, the day before my official Adobe interview. And these were like huge coursework deadlines. Like I didn't have any exams, or I had like a few, but they were like after the winter break. And the interview was right before the winter break. So I had 3 deadlines on the same day. The next day was my Adobe interview, and then the day after I had a 6 a.m. flight back home to Dubai.
Ooh. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, so I remember I finished my deadlines. I hadn't left my house in like 5 days. It was a really intense time of my life.
Yeah.
So I had to leave the house, see my friends. They were really sweet. They got me like a birthday gift because it was near my birthday.
Oh.
And then I started like freaking out to my best friend. I'm like, oh my god, like I have the Adobe interview tomorrow. Like I don't feel prepared. I don't know what to do. Blah 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 blah. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna suck it up and like bring back like my best friend like helped me remember who I am. Like I got this. You know what I mean? Brought the confidence back and like started getting on the grind.
Yeah.
I stayed up a bit late. Woke up a bit early. The interview like process began. And I remember the lighting was not that good, so I was like trying to balance like my computer on my bed in a way that the lighting can look good.
Yeah.
And the only way, like the only position for it to look good was if I was squatting.
Oh my gosh.
So I squatted my whole interview.
No.
My whole interview I was squatting.
No, you didn't.
I never told my manager. I should tell
Who
her.
interviewed you?
My manager. Well,
Oh, nice.
my manager and then 3 other people on my team and my
Oh my
old
gosh.
intern. So I squatted my whole interview.
would've
So
passed out.
that was very funny. And the next day my glutes were hurting. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
bet.
go to the gym. Like, why am I paying?
Sigma.
And then turns out I remember why. It's because I'm squatting for the whole freaking interview.
Yeah.
But that's my funny interview experience. But honestly, like my role, I think like what you said about I wouldn't say I didn't have my heart set on it because I did love Adobe and I really wanted Adobe, but I initially wanted a marketing role because I also study marketing. I'm really passionate about marketing, and we sell marketing technology, so it's very aligned.
Yeah.
But that role closed before I managed to apply. And then this role, I do digital strategy now, and it came up, and I remember my best friend was like, oh Seema, I know you love Adobe, like check this out. And the role description was like so foreign to me. I was like, what is technical architecture? Like what is this?
Yeah.
I don't understand. But I was like, you know what, like let's go for it. And I feel like the Adobe application was the one that I overthought the least. The other ones I was so much of like a perfectionist, and you know what I mean? And maybe that's why it worked out the best, but
Yeah.
that's how it happened for me. And like even in the interview I was like, oh, like I didn't expect to really turn into much, but here we are today. So never doubt yourself, always
Period.
just apply even if you think you're not qualified.
Yeah.
Even if reading the job description feels like reading an IKEA manual in Swedish, just do it. But yeah, everyone has a different experience.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of your internship? What was your favorite thing you learned this year? And what are you most excited to keep learning about? How will you do it? I like this question.
Are we doing all 3? I will go for favourite part of the internship. Cliche, but I don't think there's a favourite part of the internship.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 3 highlights, if that is okay.
Cool.
Of course it's
First highlight being the intern friends we have made.
Aww.
Because the
Matt.
interns, sorry gals, but all the interns here are fantastic, and I don't know, I just feel like we're all going to be really great friends for a while, right?
Amen.
So, and we will get on very well.
Yeah. We need to do an Adobe intern alumni reunion event.
Oh my god.
I've already heard
Yeah,
plans
5
about a
years.
Liverpool reunion. So
That's
Liverpool?
so fun. Liverpool's
Yes.
such a good
I did not hear
location.
this.
St. Patrick's
Wow.
Day, Liverpool. We'll continue this conversation
Okay,
after
yeah.
the podcast.
TBC. Let's circle back later.
We'll circle back on that later, definitely.
Let's take this offline. That's like another thing about the internship that I learned is corporate lingo. Like bandwidth. Everyone used to say bandwidth.
Yeah, I'm not a bandwidth.
Like I don't have bandwidth. I was like, what? Sorry, go on.
My second highlight of the internship would be not one specific one, but client-facing activities and just client-facing, because A, if you're lucky enough, you get to travel around the country, and then B, or potentially outside of the country for some people actually, because I know that. Have you guys travelled away? Edinburgh,
Out
still
of England.
Out of England. There you go. International life, I guess. But still, I just think making connections with your not your clients, but clients that you work with is fantastic, and that kind of broadens the horizons in terms of your experience here, because you're not just getting insights from your own company, but you're also learning from a wider ecosystem.
Clients and partners Madeline over here was nominated for Women in Tech
No, I
Award.
did not know.
Round of applause.
Just a nomination.
So,
That's
Mayomikun also got nominated for an Adobe Value at our All Hands.
Yeah,
So
she did.
Thank you.
that's great too.
And Sydney's nomination is on the way.
Let's see.
It's because she's winning, that's why.
She is.
She doesn't need
Guys,
winning
stop,
a life.
stop.
This is why.
But yeah, you were saying clients
Yeah.
interactions.
Oh yeah, client-facing interactions. And then third highlight would be my teammates. They're the best.
Aww.
I've met so many great people here.
Yeah.
But yeah, teamies.
Yeah.
That's it, I would say.
The people, honestly, I think one of my favorite things about Adobe Art is the people.
Mm.
The people are great.
Yeah.
Or the people I've met at least.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I love the people here. I've built friendships, like genuine friendships. What were the questions again, Maya? What are your
Highlights, learnings, keep learning.
you remember them? What would you say?
Me. Favorite thing. I'm gonna wrap up favorite thing and favorite learning in one, which is that like people are brilliant. And I was talking to one of my mentors about this today. There's so much joy and like connection and fulfillment in the relationship over the like value exchange or the transaction. And we were laughing about something I said to him in our second conversation because he like offered to mentor me and have the monthly connects, and I was like, why are you talking to me? Like not in a like self-deprecating way, but it was more, if you need something from me, I want to be sure that I can provide it, and if I'm not the best person to talk to, then let me like connect you to whoever that is. But yeah, I was literally like, what do I need to bring to this that you're expecting? And he was like, no, I just want to I want to get to know you, pay it forward, because I've had great people pour into my life and I want to do the same thing for you. And so getting beyond the sense of traditional networking and getting to know people as people who happen to do some cool stuff, not people who are the title first and then person second. That's been favorite thing and favorite learning. I think, okay, I'm going to separate it. Favorite thing is the freedom and flexibility that we've had, because all of us get to be so creative. And I remember in my pre-boarding day, I was said probably multiple times that day, like, I'm not a creative person. And this year has proved me absolutely wrong, because creativity doesn't have to look like making pretty art. It means thinking outside the box. It means bringing something new.
Yeah.
It means pouring yourself into, like, bringing yourself into a situation that you haven't before. And we've got the opportunity to be so creative. The business has supported us with resourcing, with people, with connections, with budget at times. Like we've been able to do so much, and the trust is crazy. And then the thing I want to keep learning about, I think to take it like to an introspective level, is just more about what I find important, what my priorities are, where I want to go, how I want to apply my skills in the world, what I want to be responsible for and known for. So it's not necessarily like a technical thing, because the technical stuff, like we all have LinkedIn Learning, or not, we all have YouTube, at least that's free. So we can learn anything we want, but no one can tell you to learn more about yourself, pardon me, or learn more about the stuff that you want to do. So that's my answers.
Love that. Yeah.
Thanks.
Learning is so fun. I love learning.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Do you not?
I like learning in a way that I'm able to apply the information without it being tested for an arbitrary course. That was a lot of words, but basically, let me learn so I can use it, not necessarily just so I can sit an exam on it and then forget what I learned.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good point of view.
I love learning, but I don't love certain methods of examination. But I do love learning.
I love
that's a
learning
good
so you
shout.
have independence.
Yeah.
So it's like, not that I don't like relying on other people, but it's useful to not have to reach out constantly.
So that you form your own perspective of
There
the
you
world.
go. And sometimes you actually get better at something than other people, so they come to you for help.
Period. Love that.
The specialist that you are. What is the typical day like for an Adobe intern, and how much variety do you get in your projects? What's something you wish you had known before starting your internship? How did your internship... Okay, these are like three
Day in
different
the life
questions. Let's start with day in the life.
Day in the life. Welcome to my day
Every
in the
day is
life.
different.
And variety of your projects.
Should have done a YouTube video for this one.
Oh my gosh, we can point
Day in the life
vlog
with
it
us.
right now.
Yeah, point five vlog it. Encircle it. My day in the life of being an intern, being in sales, it changes constantly. It could be that I'm away with a customer, with another specialist. It could be that I am doing some business development, so doing some outbounding, customer, like emailing people. It could be that I'm doing research on a customer that we're going to be seeing in a few weeks. It could be anything, planning an account. So there is no typical day as a sales intern, I would say.
Could you give a headline as to the purpose of your role?
Purpose of my role, to keep it short, simple and sweet, is to aid the selling of Creative Cloud, which is our product, and I would say that's the simplest way to explain it in a few words.
Yeah. So everything that you said comes under that
Yeah.
headline.
Yeah. Cool. What about you guys? What's your typical day?
You go first, Seema.
My typical day is also very different every single day.
I don't think anyone has it. Like, I've never seen anyone doing the same thing.
I think
Well,
there's consistency in the type of broader activities I do sometimes, but
Yeah.
day to day, especially because, so the way my team works is we are like consultants in-house, not in-house consultants. Well,
In a way.
yeah, in a way in-house consultants, but we work with customers to help shape a vision
Yeah.
and give an industry perspective. We listen to their goals, their challenges, and help them navigate through them and explain how our software can support. But so an example of something I could be doing is having a workshop with a customer, working through use cases with them, innovation, and I love that. I love that stuff. I love working with customers. Presentations are usually part of that, like presenting to customers. I could also be having a lot of internal meetings with teams behind the scenes preparing for those workshops, or I could be more data related, like we build business cases in my teams and think about investment, so there's that I could be working on that. I also like to spend a lot of time like learning about the business in between, like, you know, my day job, so putting in time to meet new people and meet people across the business. What else? There's also Adobe life is big at Adobe. There's like events happening with the networks, intern extracurriculars. So I think the day-to-day changes a lot, but yeah, it's like balancing between my role and then fun initiatives.
Maybe a lunch and learn.
A lunch and learn. Isani.
Respect. Shout out.
Yeah. What would you say, Mayomikun?
If I start from the headline, that will probably help. So my team, contrary to what these guys do, my team works after we've sold a piece of technology to a customer to help them adopt it, which means they're going to start using it regularly in their workflow. Enable, which means that they're learning about how to use the product in the right way to achieve their goals, and to realize value, which means that once they've adopted and they're fully enabled on the product, they're able to see the results that we've sold them the technology for, and hopefully more than that. And so customer success managers work alongside the customer after the sale and after the technology has been set up in their organization to do those three things. So some of the work that I do is customer facing, where I work with a customer success manager on specific clients. So that could include workshopping, like creating workshops, facilitating workshops. It can include doing adoption and enablement tracking to see how our customer is like learning and picking up the tools, seeing where they need help. So that's usually like through calls, emails, internal meetings to figure out what Adobe is going to do to help that customer. But on the flip side, I do a lot of internal programs work as well. So there are a lot of initiatives at the moment that are like aimed at value realization, whether that be how we document the information we know about our customers and using AI to help streamline that, or improving the way our teams talk to each other so that there are less silos, more communication, more knowledge sharing. and doing reporting for my team as well across how our customers have like health, and health updates basically is like a red, amber, green about how our customers doing on different pillars. So those are the things I kind of get up to regularly. And then outside of that, I love my extracurriculars. So usually meeting up with interns or people across the business to like set up events or set up programs, initiatives that help people with professional development, or partnering with charities to help their beneficiaries with professional development. So that flexibility thing that I mentioned earlier, like everything we've described really speaks to that, because we all do such different things, and things outside our role as well that are so varied.
For sure.
That's day to day.
Yeah, so clearly there, to answer the second question, that is I guess how you see variety in our projects and what we do. And there was a question about how did your internship influence your career goals or future plans?
Mayomikun?
If you want to share it, you don't have to share it.
I was hoping the Stanley would give me time to
Sorry.
to still know.
We can let it simmer for a bit.
I think it's uncovered tech as an interest area for me that I was not anticipating before. Not that I really knew what I was gonna do, or not that I had the clearest idea of a specific role in industry, but I never considered tech. Tech for me was like what like really cool people did, like doing startups or coding. Like that was
Yeah, I used to think
Extreme
tech was
hard.
more like coding, computer science, but it's not.
Software engineering. Something like that.
Well, it is that, but there's other options.
Exactly. So I think learning about the potential of tech has been really exciting and something I want to delve deeper into, but understanding how tech can be used for good in social impact, in development of countries around the world, serving communities that have been minoritized or have not received the attention or love that they need, supporting public sector organizations. Like there's so much potential in there. But then with my philosophy brain, it's also thinking about ethics and governance and data, and like that there's so much opportunity, and the fact that the world is going that way, it's great to have this foundation to be able to say, at least I know where the world is going, and I can choose if I want to go in that specific direction or choose a different path. So the internship's been great for that.
I love that.
Thanks, Gal.
Welcome.
Tech is cool.
That's Seema's. We can stop
Tech
now.
is
We can go home.
Inspiration.
And cut.
I would say that off the back of that point, for me, coming from, just because you speak of your degree of philosophy, coming from, I'm going to say it one more time, the last time, a design background, it's like I'm now working with teams of designers in the enterprise sales team. So for me, this internship has offered a really unique perspective that I wouldn't have ever been able to experience any other way before jumping into a long-term career commitment, right? So it's really interesting to learn about because I feel like there's no fixed pathway after interning at Adobe, because for me it's just actually broadened how many options there are.
Absolutely.
But for me it's just offering unique perspectives of different opportunities that are out there, but at the same time I really enjoy the sales environment. So that was a bit of a useless answer, but
No, not at all.
there you go, perspectives, it's useful perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In my head it was better.
Different ideas.
There you go. Yeah.
The beauty of an experience, right? Like you realize different pathways for interests.
Yeah. Also how the industry is changing. So like the design industry is changing with use of AI, right?
Yeah.
So
It's cool to witness and to work with customers and teams. Something I love is like working with marketing teams to see how they're planning to use tech and how they're changing their systems to become more efficient, to focus. This is what I love about AI. AI amplifies so that we can spend more time on what's very valuable, but it does come with concerns. Like that's something we often have to clarify, right?
Yeah.
That AI is not taking over your job, and well, to an extent. That's something to debate.
You never
but
know. That's one for another podcast.
Episode 2. Cool. So this person is saying, my internship is hybrid but mostly remote. What are some ways to make the absolute most of it? I've heard that asking lots of questions and shadowing whenever possible are good strategies. However, since I'm relatively new to the sector, I'm concerned there might be important aspects I don't know about yet. What else should I be doing to gain the best experience?
Network by putting in time with people. You two are the best at this, so I think you should answer.
Go ahead.
I love that answer. That was what I was going to say, but I wanted to see what you guys were going to say first. So great minds think alike.
There you go.
I think
Wise woman.
I think when I saw this question, my first thought was like I completely understand where they're coming from. If it's mostly remote, do your best if it makes financial sense and time sense as well, because I know not everyone is super close to their office. Go in as much as you can, because there are so many like bottled moments that you can't. When you're working from home, everything has to be planned because you are connecting through your device to someone else and you don't know what their day looks like. In the office, I've met mentors in the toilet. Like that's the kind of environment, like the little bottles of sunshine that you can't find online. But if that isn't an option for you, that by no means that the door is closed to making those connections and learning. So yes, shadowing, really important. Asking lots of questions, really important. Leveraging online resources. The advantage that you have being online means that everything is literally at your fingertips in a way that when you're in person, it might not always be appropriate to open your laptop in a meeting and search something up, but when you're online, you can do that. And I think the one that I would stress the most is with the networking. I love me some Teams networking.
Yeah.
In-person networking is a muscle I've had to build, but Teams networking, get yourself a template of an agenda that you want to send out. Have like a go-to message that you would typically send about who you are. So, hi, my name is Mayomikun, I'm a customer success intern. I joined X weeks ago. I'm in Y person's team. I would love to go for like 20 minutes with you about learning about your journey. I found you through this person, or I found you interesting because I saw this on your LinkedIn. Would you be open to having a chat? Some people say just put time straight into their calendar and they can accept or decline. I prefer to send a message first so that people don't get surprises in their calendar, and then let them know that message, like the types of questions you would want to ask them. Once they accept, go set up a meeting invite and put your agenda of questions in there so that they have time to prep as well. And yeah, just go in there, be confident, be yourself, be memorable. If it's somebody that you want to have a longer term relationship with, ask for a follow-up, ask if you can have like a monthly or bi-weekly conversation. Online doesn't mean alone or isolated, so there are amazing ways to get around that. And we have LinkedIn, like love LinkedIn.
Favorite app.
It's so like, I have to put a timer on it. I can spend so long on LinkedIn. But that's a great way. Follow up with people, learn more about them. If there's somebody that is in your team but you don't know the best way to get like to know who they are, aside from sending out a cold message, see who their mutual connections are, see if anyone in your team knows them already. I think that's my main advice. Oh, and learn as much as you can. When you're online, everything is at your fingertips. Use the YouTubes and use your company-approved AI, use LinkedIn Learning, everything. Read the news, because aside from having connections, the most important thing that you can have in this role is knowledge. If you know everyone but you don't know your stuff, like you will feel it quickly. And so being able to add value in your role but also add value to the people in your network, two of those combined will be unstoppable. Yeah,
For sure.
that's it. That's my speech.
I would add something around when you put in time with people, to have conversations with people you don't know. Also, like, yeah, it's great to give them an idea, maybe what to expect, some questions you want to ask, but also don't feel pressure to to leave it a little bit open and like just allow room for natural conversations. Don't feel the need to like maybe to like have it super structured, because I feel like one of the mentors I met through like which the mentorship started from a coffee chat online. Like she doesn't come into the office much, so like you can definitely like talking to people online is a great way to socialize despite not being together in person. But she was just literally telling me about her career journey, and at the end she mentioned that she like did mentored someone once, and what came out of that for her mentee. And I was like, oh my god, like that's so cool, like would you be down to mentor me? Would you be down for us to have that ongoing mentorship? And she was like, yeah, why not, like let's try it out. And it turned into like a really long lasting friendship, like we're literally friends now, you know. So it just came, I didn't put in the chat to necessarily like, I didn't really have specific questions for her. It was more like, just a random chat about her career, like listening to her. She just started talking about her career, you know.
Yeah.
So embrace the unknown and like the what comes up naturally. Like that's what I said before this podcast too, right? Like so let's see what comes up naturally too.
Yeah.
But that being said, like something I did learn over time is like don't be scared to ask direct questions. Like it's.
Yep.
Sometimes I'd like beat around the bush because I don't want to like sound like, I don't know. Sometimes I had a fear that it would come off as if I'm using someone.
Yeah.
But you're not using someone if you're just like being honest and transparent. Like, hey, like if anything, you're complimenting them. They're like, I saw that you did this great thing, and like I'd question before like, should I avoid telling someone that I like stalked them on LinkedIn? I don't want to sound like a creep or something. Right? I'm pretty sure I asked you this before. Like, do you tell them or not? But I would take it as a compliment if someone told me that they looked at my LinkedIn and saw something that they thought was cool. Like, sure, say it. Obviously, don't go overboard with it. Like, there's like boundaries. But if you just saw something that was cool and like you want to celebrate someone for it, yeah, do it. So yeah, do be direct when you need to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mads, any thoughts?
I think you both summarised that beautifully. So yeah.
Oh, that's so easy. I'm conscious that you guys have to dip soon, but we did get through all the questions, so
yay.
That's amazing. Were you gonna say something?
No.
Well, guys, I would love you to share. How do you think the future interns watching, or anyone watching out there, can spread serotonin today?
Spread serotonin today. Does it have to be applied to what we've been talking about?
How about we do one related to today's conversation and then
Yeah.
one general one? Okay, piece of advice. Or not advice, but action. I'm gonna think of one too.
I think I have. They're both related though. Is that one?
Sure.
I think so. I think one that's applied to today is be 100% of who you want to be in the environment that you're in. I was going to say be 100% of you, but there's something that I heard someone at Sky say recently, which was like, what was it that she said? That I don't necessarily bring my whole self to work, but I bring my best self to work. And I can understand and appreciate why there are parts of yourself that you don't need or want to expose in a professional environment, because maybe you have like boundaries that you want to have or anything else. So be 100% of the you that you want to be in the environment that you're about to step into, because you're awesome, and the fact that you got the offer means that they also agree that you're awesome. And the second thing, which is unrelated to today, is don't rob people of the opportunity to get to know you. Don't self-reject. Don't also rob the people around you and future generations and whoever you were created to impact, be robbed of the opportunity to receive the fruits of whatever your labor is going to be. Because there are so many things that we experience and we enjoy today that is because somebody was consistent and committed to their purpose years before us, that we don't know necessarily who they are, but the fact that the things are the way they are today and we're able to say we're blessed by it is because they were committed to being the self that they were meant to be in that situation and bringing the thing that they were meant to bring to their environment. So that's my serotonin spreader. It reminds me of COVID.
No.
Like super spreader.
Yeah.
That's what I need to remember.
A little bit.
The serotonin spreading. I won't say that again.
It was a good way to describe it though.
Serotonin spreading.
Yeah.
It's like seed sowing. Serotonin sowing. I think that's better.
I have no idea what you're talking about, by the way. Like, what's
Mayomikun is spreading serotonin. Oh, in terms of the COVID spreader.
Yeah.
It was just maybe it was not in featured in Dubai, it was just the super spreader variant of COVID-19.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there were some people. Was it people? Or was it the
Super
variant?
spreaders.
that
I think it was a variant, you know, but there would be people that were just out and about chilling with COVID.
Yeah, just never washing their hands.
That's in our past now.
Hallelujah.
Thank God.
True.
Mads.
How am I spreading serotonin today? I would say, in a corporate environment, not that Adobe is very corporate in comparison to some of the other places we've experienced, I would say, give credit not only to other people, but yourself. Coming from a personal perspective on this, I find it really difficult to accept like good feedback. Even if I know like it is the case. So just give credit to yourself because, you know, you might have worked on something quite hard, like difficult, and you've received good feedback. Just roll with the feedback, see how you can improve. Don't take things as, well, criticisms.
Yeah.
Just accept that you are doing something well, which I think is very important in terms of not only your own confidence, but people should trust in you too.
For sure.
So that's one way I would spread serotonin, is just, you know, accept that you can do things, right?
Yeah.
That you're brilliant. Period.
And unrelated to today, although it's kind of related to the last point that I just made, is just boost other people's confidence by being positive, help them when needed. This just applies to every situation, I think, in terms of the people that you surround yourself with, but just advocate for people.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to relate this to work, but in a corporate environment, it's so important to allow people to stand out and kind of just give people recognition for the really, really hard work that they do, just because there's so many people working in such a tight environment. Hey? So, yeah, that's my advice.
Love
That's it.
that. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Sims?
I would say. Actually, no. I'm gonna go close to the camera to say this.
I was gonna say, do you want the
Never ever. Never ever 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 doubt yourself. You can do anything you want to do. Dream big. Don't belittle yourself. And if there's like those like thoughts in your mind telling you, oh no, like I can't do it. No, shut up.
Put them
Like,
to bed.
literally
Period.
shut them down.
Yep.
And the more you do that, the easier it will become to do it.
Yeah.
It's a muscle. So go for your goals. Go big.
Yes.
Don't
Go for
doubt
the big
yourself.
dream.
Go big or go home.
Raise the bar. Adobe
Yeah.
style.
Amen.
Oh, this was fun, guys. Thank
This
you
was
so
so
much for being
good.
guests on the
Thank you.
podcast.
Thanks for having us.
And we have a month left, so I'm so glad we got to do this before we end.
This ugly cry.
Maybe we'll have to do a reunion.
Yes, in Liverpool, St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, I'm gonna miss seeing you every single day, and yeah, that's the heart, right? There's different. Okay, let's each do a different heart.
I'll do this one.
So thank you guys for spreading serotonin with us today. We hope this was valuable and useful. And you know what? We can even do another episode in the future online, because there's this amazing system there's this platform called Riverside where you can invite guests online,
Wow.
which Taylor told me about. So yeah. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day ahead, and remember to do what we told you to do.
Or else.
Keep yourself accountable, because we don't know if you are watching. Reach out to us and tell us how you found the episode too.
Yeah.
If we answered one of your questions, let us know your thoughts.
Yes.
But yeah, take care, everyone.
Bye. That was so cute.
Peace.
That was cute.
Oh my gosh.